All right, everybody, welcome back. Cobra and the Troll King. We are live from our respective homes days after the actual contest happened. None of this is news. We just got fucking jobs. I'm sorry.
What's up, man?
Not much, man. I just got off a 5-night stretch. So Friday and Saturday night, between posts, I was doing my best to see updates, who was doing well, who was winning. So, I mean, as you know, I essentially just kind of want to spend an hour fangirling over Jordan Peterson. And
all right, fair enough.
how amazing he is. Dude, he just, so we're keeping everybody in the loop. The 212 Tampa Pro, George Peterson, just moved up in a division, which, I don't know, I mean, you've been around the history of that. Like, normally that doesn't work out super well. It's only been recently. But
typically it takes some time, but George was in the wrong, he was in the wrong division in the first place. Yeah. And even when he won that last Arnold, people were saying, people were contesting that, saying he didn't really belong in Classic, so that he did belong in 212. So I think, his specific case was different because he did kind of need that exercise. He kind of just fell into 212. I don't know why he was ever in Classic. I thought the same thing.
I want to say he wasn't he like a Breon? Because I know he's older. He's in like his late 30s. Like, didn't he do regular bodybuilding like 10 years ago or some shit? And it just didn't work out. So
I'm not sure of his story. He doesn't talk about it too much. I know he's from New York. That's about all I know about him. I know he's older, a little older.
And that's what the big thing he talked about in New York, because he did his interview. First of all, Ron Harris, they were like, you didn't have that razor sharp conditioning that you normally know. I was like, what? Like, I guess he wasn't like as chiseled as he was in Classic, but that's
it's almost 20 pounds.
Yeah,
I think he had to be 190, I think he was 212 on the dot. So being 190, probably filling out to like 195 on stage, having to suck down like he did. But 195, 196 to being 212 to 215 on stage. I mean, that's 20 pounds. You gotta.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be as crisp, I guess. But I mean, he looks shredded to me. That's why I won.
He looks super shredded. Washboard abs. And it was a big thing. I know Jose had talked about, like, his big concern was that Peterson is kind of tall for that division, a little bit tall, which the only thing that, you and I both feel this fucking pain is a lot of times that's going to show up in your legs and your arms. Because you got these dudes up there with their little T-Rex arms. Their bicep goes from their shoulder tendon all the way like halfway up their forearm. It's hard to compete, but I thought he did well. I thought he looked great.
I will say this. I thought that my biggest thing, I was just like, man, if this is 212, I could see him in the open, because he does have more for frame to fill out.
Yeah.
He might not have been as crisp, but the way he's growing, he needs to keep going, because I think in his hams he can use some more. I think, his back is already, probably one of the best backs in Classic. But he can still, arms and legs can get bigger. I feel like there is space he can fill out. He does look full when he hits that side chest, and of course that rear double. But I think the gap between his legs are wide, but I think his adductors could use some more.
He's really good at, if you ever watch him pose, he's really good at like going super duck foot to get that sweep to show up. Because that's what a lot of guys I saw a lot of guys I saw this weekend weren't doing that. That's why their shit looks so like narrow, just front to back. Because you gotta flare it, man. You gotta let them know.
Yeah. you gotta present, man.
But so that obviously Bo. Let's see. I think I can share screen here. See how it works. Desktop.
But yeah, 212 brought it, man. I thought a couple of shots. Second place guy won. Detrick.
Yeah. Bo Jackson.
I thought, his most muscular man. He has such clean lines. He was like so dense.
That's him right there. Let's see if I can get his page brought up.
That dude is crazy.
Just insane.
And he made a lot of improvements because he just turned pro, last year? Mm-hmm. Maybe 2 years ago, maybe last year.
There's another one of Matt Jansen's guys. want to find some better stage shots of him. See if I can get Sulios' page. He got a lot of good stuff.
I think Andrew might be working with him.
I said Matt Jansen on that last photo.
Oh, I did?
Yeah. Come on, show me some Flex Diesel shots. A lot of open stuff. We're getting to the open, folks. Don't worry. That's Joe Mackey. A lot of people saying Joe Mackey got overlooked.
Oh, that dude has such insane arms.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I just watched the video, his like peak week video, and his arms are just
fucking
like, I was laughing. I was like, okay. Yeah, I was like, this guy can skip arm day. Like, you know.
Fucking Keone Pearson.
Yeah, he's the prodigy, man.
George's got to enjoy the spotlight while he's got it, man, because Keone's coming.
Yeah, I think just
God, look
the
at
shape.
Look at that fucking shot.
Yeah, and it sounds crazy coming from me, but I mean, because I have none, but I could see some more calves in that shot. But that's if we're being picky.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a killer shot for him.
That's good. Most is it gonna give me some shots of Flex Diesel? There it is. Some clean, like he's looking real good.
Yeah.
It's that Jansen juice. Oh no, that one says Andrew Fu.
And his posing was really good too. Yeah, see, it says Andrews. That's why I was confused. I was just like, because I've seen Andrew post his before and afters. So if he moved to Matt, that was like just recent. I'm pretty sure, like 80% sure he works with Andrew.
Nice. So yeah, that was a lot of really the 212 I thought was, I don't know if I'd say closer, but no, I'd say closer than the open. There was not like an open and shut case like going on. There was a few. I know we were both looking forward to that Santee guy because his
yeah, he didn't bring it this time, man. He just wasn't as conditioned as he usually is. Straight and simple. I don't know what happened because he's used to being nice, but he wasn't this time. So something was off. So he messed something up. So
I don't know much about the bikini and figure because I don't know. I'm a lazy fan. I guess I'm a chauvinist. I don't know.
I paid attention to wellness, but I didn't pay attention to figure or bikini.
Yeah, I know its wife, the Renee Roxy Q or whatever on Instagram. I know she won her class in the amateur, which was
yeah.
I mean, she killed it, and obviously she's built for wellness. That's that.
And the leading up to it, man, I thought she was a pro already, just because he's a pro. And then I was like, she won Class B. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, yeah, it is a pro-am show. You know, dang pro-am shows get confusing.
I guess because she's been killing it. Obviously, I guess if you're in the business or with somebody in the business for that long, I know she's been killing it for years before. It wasn't like just a city. It was like, I guess I'll do a show.
She was probably doing his diet anyway, just out of,
saw
convenience,
the Megan Scooby Prep lady, I guess, I she got third call up. I mean, her update pics have been looking just disgusting, like killer. I mean,
because she did the wrong division. She did figure, and the judges basically said you need to be doing women's physique because she has everything that she needs for physique. She was just simply in the wrong, but I can see that too.
Yeah, she's got a lat spread that some guys in the open would kill for.
Yeah, so why would you not want to show that off? And you don't get to show that off unless you're doing a lat spread, unless you're doing a back double.
Yeah.
So, I can see why I don't see third call out, but then again, I wasn't there. But I think that's the message. They were just saying, why did you show up in this?
Well, that's what is the difference in what the judges are as a coach that you look for that says you're going to be figure versus you're going to be physique?
There's a certain level of muscle in my eyes. I'm not a judge, but this is, I have to look, there are the stipulations written on the NPC News Online site, so I can give you the real answer, or some videos where Sandy's talking about, what she's looking at, what the differences are. But what I see is physique has a little bit more muscle than figure, and you have to be a little bit more shredded. And so some of the girls that are naturally more shredded would also be towards physique, even if they're not necessarily as big. Like, you know that Ivana Avuzic chick?
Yeah.
And so I think she could do physique if she wanted to, just because she's like diced and dense the way she is. It's kind of I feel like when you get that look, you have to purposely come in a little soft for figure, because take first place, what's her, Sydney, right? Sydney Gillen. She shows up. She doesn't show up soft. It's incorrect to say she shows up soft, but there's a certain look that that Ivana can necessarily pull. She might be leaning toward physique too. So it's just a little bit more muscular, I feel like.
Yeah,
is women's physique division. Take Shanique Grant. She's a freak of nature. So
definitely seen her.
Exactly. Why would somebody with a physique like that, with more freaky proportions, do something like figure? You gotta pose, show some of that off.
I remember it was a couple of years ago, I started seeing Ivana in John Meadows' video, like training videos. Her back is just nasty.
Yeah.
I guess maybe that's the way why you have to go to physique, because you got that nasty back. Just go.
Yeah.
Was it figure or physique that Dana Lynn won the first one at the O?
Physique. Yeah. She's physique, man, doing all the poses and stuff till Juliana knocked her off with with style. Juliana's probably my favorite. She's one of my favorite all time. I'll go ahead and say that. So.
Well, I think it was one of those, and I mean, absolutely no disrespect. Dan Lynn Bailey's a fucking legend. But I think it was like that the guy that won the very first classic, once it became a thing, and people saw it. It's kind of like anytime something becomes more popular, we see this a lot in powerlifting and in strongman, that once it becomes more acceptable, the freaks of nature start coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah, once one guy deadlifts 1,000 pounds, once Thor did it, let's see who else is going to come out of the woodwork trying to do it.
Yeah,
I don't know about something that extreme, but yeah.
Yeah, especially in powerlifting, it used to be a bunch of fat guys from West Side, fucking equipment and all this other stuff. But once Martin Bell started making it popular, started getting these little skinny high school people that are like PR, and it's like 920 pounds. You're like, what?
Yeah.
What the hell just happened?
I think I did see somebody that was like, he had to be under 200 pounds, and he lifted something like 700 or something like that. And I was just like, but he was a kid, which was more, too. I was just like, man, like if I had started that young, like, oh man.
There's a lot of that which is kind of just, my back kept getting hurt. And then once I was seeing how the numbers were progressing and where I was like, look, I can keep doing strongman because it's fun. But as far as the competitive spirit, like, there's just only so much ground I'm gonna be able to make up. All of them, like, I started playing football when I was 14, and we're not all Mark Felix who can compete until he's 82. Like, Mark Felix is the Dexter Jackson of strongman, where he just keeps being in that conversation. And you're like, what? Why is this happening?
How's his training, man? Is he training, where he's saving his body? You know what I mean?
That's what the Judas.
That stuff is rough. Sometimes you can, and I don't know, but sometimes maybe you just only need to go all the way balls out at the competition and train a little bit different.
That's where a lot of people are, because that was, my son's middle name, Zadrunas, my absolute hero, even as a bodybuilder, Zadrunas Saviscus. That was always his thing, because like he'd set a world record and they'd ask him like, hey, well, did you know you could do it? Did you hit it in training? He's like, dude, I would never do this in training. Like, what are you even talking about?
Exactly. Like let that day be the PR. Don't
Yeah, when it counts, when I'm getting
break
paid
your
for
body.
It. Yeah. I'm not hitting 1,000 plus multiple times in the gym, because there's a big, and I know we're going way off tangent here, but there's this theory that I heard, like an abstract kind of theory, that like you only get so many of those lifts. Like you got a jar, and every time you do that lift, you're pulling something out, and eventually it's empty, and you go to yank on it, there's nothing there. And modern medicine, modern sports, physiology and all that, who knows? But I would assume within about 10 or 15 years, Eddie he's going to have some problems.
Oh yeah, that's a guarantee.
He's going to be a Ronnie. Like shit's going to start getting fused together, and he's going to be, waddling around on some crutches, because that's over 1,000 pounds and 500 kilos, multiple times within a couple of years. People forget that. Like I think 2016 he said 500, but 2014 is when he started with 1,000. It was not like spread out over a long career. So I kind of understand why he retired.
Yeah, retiring's good, man. I could see myself doing this. Well, I don't lift like that, so
yeah, absolutely. I put up my little stuff, and sometimes I think, especially with what's out there at certain pros, and I put up my little fucking Smith machine squats with 3 plates, just trying to feel it. I'm like, man, this looks lame. Like, I'm not looking strong, but at the same time, I'm like, my knees feel good. I feel it more in my. I've actually gotten to the point now, because we have at my gym, they don't have a linear, like a 45-degree leg press, which obviously is superior. They've got that, that one they don't even call it the leg press. They call it the squat press, the platform that comes at like a different kind of angle. But I've gotten to where I started doing just single legs with that, and that's actually feeling really good. So
nice.
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like you can get a good hip hinge when you're doing like single leg stuff,
Something Jose said that kind of always stuck with me. I think it was during his interview with Mike O'Hearn. I've been watching a lot of everybody check out the Boston Mass podcast. Jose is just a fucking treasure. Like I wish he would do everything. I wish he could do commentaries. Like if him and Fuad could do the shows, like all the live stream commentaries, get Sean Ray the fuck out of there.
All right, we got to get back to this Tampa, man.
Yeah, what he said was that some people aren't built for the heavy lifting. Like
dude, I'm not. I'm trying to get 405 consistently for like 4 or 5 reps every time I hit chest. Some days I'll get 4 or 5 for 2 or 3. Some days I get it for 1. I'm trying to get it for 5 to 6, for sets eventually by the end of the year.
I've never.
I'll be good with that.
Not for anything. And my pressing is pretty strong. I'm always 3 to 3.5 plates for good reps. Maybe it's just because I've never really like gone for it, like actually, especially with no spotter.
Exactly. That's been my problem, man. I think it's because I don't have anybody to do like. I haven't been able to do forced reps or like helped reps. Until recently, I've been like making sure I ask somebody.
Yeah. Well, you can move up here, man.
No, too cold, man. Too cold.
We can hit it. Yeah, so that was 212. George Peterson just killing it. Will continue to kill it. The guy is a phenom. You gave me some shit about it for saying it, but I don't know. It's hard to say that he's my favorite, but in terms of all bodybuilding. But every time he's at a show, he's my favorite. He's my favorite person that competed.
I think Keon will come get him.
Well,
George will be more shredded. George will be more shredded, but I think
Keon's got those muscle bellies.
And they're just the muscle bellies are just so freaky. And he just brings a different look. And he's got like hollow bones, I feel like, too.
He's like 3 or 4 inches shorter than Peterson, isn't he?
He might be. He might be.
Like
he
5'4", right? 5'4", 5'5".
Yeah, he's not tall.
So, and his arm, you can just see in his arms in those update pictures, his arms. Yeah.
Massive.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe Peterson wants to keep on moving. Hopefully he can grab himself, an O, unless Keon comes this year, and just.
I mean, what would a George versus a Bonac look like? You know what I mean? Would that be so far-fetched to see something like that?
That'd be real interesting.
Because they get really close to conditioning wise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think even a guy like Sean Clarita, I don't know. I think that would be a good matchup with George too. But I think Sean Clarita, he looks more full because he's really short.
Which is big. Something I wanted to bring up. You mentioned Clarita. Because one of the things I noticed across, especially in the open, I'm like, where the fuck is everyone? Like, I get it that certain people from overseas couldn't come. Like, that was a heartbreaker for Samson. Like, I thought he really stood to do some damage. Like, that this shit is just, there's a lot of shows in Europe, so I really hope he gets a chance to let his light shine. But he could have been dangerous. Like, if he had brought it, that would have been interesting.
Yeah, man. I mean,
he might have got that 3rd or 4th place.
Dude, I think he would have been fighting for 1st or 2nd, is what I think. And that can sound crazy, and it probably will. That I'll probably by myself on that, but I think I would have. I think he's made a lot of improvement because I kind of pay attention to him, and I mean that dude is nuts, man. He's crazy, and I saw him leading up to it, and I think you posted some pictures of basically how he would have looked, or something close to it. And he reminds me of like an Akeem or like who am I trying to think? The French guy that could win in the Lionel Bayeki.
Bayeki, yeah.
Yeah, he's got that like thick, round muscle. I think he would have brought it, man. And I said something on Bodybuilder Without Borders site, and the guy got upset, or Ian got upset about it.
Here we go.
But I mean, look at that. Are you kidding me? Look how dense and thick. Can you imagine any circumstance for that guy to look flat or something like that?
Oh my God, look at that. Jesus.
His legs are just much rounder than Ian's, and I would say even the guy that got third, Dwayne Walker.
His legs are a lot rounder than Dwayne's.
And he's got a prettier physique as well. He would have won the ab and thigh against everybody. Look at his abs, quads right here. The ab and thigh probably would have gone to him. Front double. Who's winning that? Here we go. Most muscular. Who's winning that?
It's a toss up on the front double between him and Hunter. Hunter's got a pretty nasty front double.
But that's exactly my point. Why is it a toss up between him and Hunter? That's first place.
Yeah, no, so, I totally get what you're saying.
So, it's
shit.
Yeah, that is upsetting that he didn't get to do it, man.
Oh shit.
But it's not a knock on anybody else. It's definitely just a compliment to him. It's the opposite of I think everybody that competed. Yeah, it's just giving this guy a compliment. It's gotta suck not being able to compete.
I'm just fucking mesmerized. That's a good side shot. Just crisp. Yeah, that's tragic. There's actual stills. I guess that's better. His rear spread. He's almost got like that problem Ramey was having, where it looks like his back is big enough he can get more spread than that. I wonder if it's just a bad picture.
Yeah, the lighting is a little weird. I think it's in his favor though, but who knows?
Yeah, I don't know what the deal. That's another tangent. I don't know what was the deal with Ramey's.
But he's standing by himself, and everything's speculation. So fuck me, right? But I think he looks nuts, man.
Yeah, no. When I saw that because I don't know what the deal is, because obviously I'm not, I don't know, Mr. Current Events, but I don't know why Ian could get in from Canada, but they could, I guess, because Europe has more. I don't fucking know. We're a hotter spot.
I feel like it's like when you go to a restaurant, man. It all depends who's just cooking that day. Like you might have a good meal or you might have a bad meal. It might depends who's cooking. Who just happens to be cooking that shift. You might have just had an asshole at the airport that day instead of the dude that would have let him through. I think something like that probably happened. Is what I assume.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's try to get some good pictures. Obviously, Hunter won. Share the screen again. And I don't know. A lot of people.
His color was amazing, man. His color was like
he hit it
really stand out. That's pro tan right there.
Yeah, and he had that. I think he said a friend of his came to his house, like the bed and breakfast where he was, and did his tan for him, and just looking amazing. I mean, it was just so good. I've only done the one.
It's hard to go wrong with that. And I think that's maybe what Ian should have done as well. But like Brittany, man, she's got a gun. She's got the spray gun, and we use Protan. We pour it into the machine, spray. We got a little pop-up tent, spray it. Yourself 2 or 3 days early. Take a shower or two with the base coat on, and then spray it. Then when you put the final coat on, it just looks much better. Yeah, that's nuts.
30 pounds over what he was at the Nationals.
That's putting in work, man.
God damn. 300 grams 3 cups of oats, I think he said, for breakfast. for like over a year.
That is such a pretty side try. But why do his pictures look so grainy? Like the quality isn't as good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with that.
I feel like he needs somebody getting better pictures of him.
I'm not gonna shit too hard on him for he does have a real pretty side chest. I mean, just great.
See, I have to shit on that shot just because of this one thing. And I'm a stickler on posing, man. And I haven't competed, and I haven't done anything that Ian's done. So, this is just me saying it as a fan. I think it would look so much better if he would close that gap between his legs. I think he would look a little bit thicker. And then even that tiny gap that he has in his upper body, between his left arm and his chest right there. I think if he were to bring his torso up through there and kind of have his chest fill that gap and along with close that, leg gap, I think that looks so much better, man. Yeah,
honestly, kind of like how Bumstead hits it.
Yeah.
Like Bumstead's got a just disgusting fucking side chest. Yeah, that front double. This is a show. Yeah, I know you shared that to me, the Nick Trigili video. I don't know what the fuck Nick Trigili was talking about. But like, well, these guys just came in off. I don't know what the problem. Hunter did not fucking come in off. Man,
he didn't come in off, but they did come in better at night. They didn't come in off, but they came in better at night. But I think that's just the natural thing that happens when you eat food and drink fluids as the day goes on. You typically fill out in your body. It looks better at night,
So to me, I just showed Joe Mackey, and we talked about Dwayne Walker. So me personally, I'm not gonna shit. Ian's caught enough shit about his color. There's things that happen to him at prejudging that could happen to anyone and are not his. I would say they're not
that have happened to me, and that happens to plenty of people.
Happened to me. Granted, I've only done one show, so it's like, who the fuck are you? Why can you talk? I mean, obviously, the issues that I had are just ones that took some time, so we had to kind of go back to the drawing board for a little while. But even just the one show I did, I got it wasn't Pro, it was Liquid Sunrays or whatever. Who I mean, they did a good job, but when I got it the first day, they didn't tell me, you can don't use soap, don't scrub, but take a shower. So I didn't know. So I showed up in the morning, shit was all gunked up, and they tried to fix it, but I'd run hot, so I was sweating like a beast. Prejudging, my color hurt me bad. It just made me look real bad. And then for the afternoon, I took a shower and got another coat put on, and that's when all my the good pictures were taken. I was like, I potentially could have been in some kind of a call out if my color was right. So yeah. I get it. But the one thing I will rain down on Ian a little bit is this posing has been a problem his whole career. And he is just consistently not fixing it. And it's one thing if he tries to say that he doesn't know how to fix it, but it's another when he's on Fuad's podcast talking about posing's bullshit. I don't care. My mandatories are fine, so I don't need to worry about it. It's like, no, they're not, dude. They're fucking not fine, obviously. Like, why are you doing your most muscular like that? You're like supposedly one of the biggest, body, like size-wise, like intimidation, but you're like scrunching your shit. I don't know if it's to try to make his chest look tighter or what, but he's making himself.
He's making his chest look like it's kind of eating itself. It's kind of lost in the sauce,
Yeah.
It's your chest should stick out further than your stomach at all, at all times.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be sucking in like that. But I don't want to rain down on him at all either, because I've already kind of been doing that, and that wasn't what I was trying to do. So, I don't even want to talk any more negative about him. But yeah, man, there's some. I don't know, but I will say this: I'm not sure why. Like you said, I'm not sure why he won't fix them. He has all the resources in the world. Let alone Chris. Let alone Kenny Wallach, or let alone going and asking the judges to help him out. Because.
And he's got, I guess, damage.
Seems like a no-brainer. So
he's got a physique. He's got a world-class, amazing physique. He does have, a winning, at least a top 3 every show kind of physique. So by no means am I insulting him as a bodybuilder. And I get this whole every time you give us a criticism, trust me, we've already seen it. Well, maybe you're not seeing it. or you're seeing it and it's just not getting through. That's all I'm saying. Because I like Ian a lot. I love his physique. I love that grainy look. He does. Of all the people competing right now, he does have a bit of a throwback Dorian, more than a lot of people have. Where if you see pictures like in the right kind of quality, his shit just looks crisp, man, like fresh out of the fryer, like real good. And
I feel like that. I feel like that used to be the case, but it was the case at the night show. It was. He did come out crispy at the night show. Morning show, who knows what happened?
Yeah.
I guess his coach kind of said something about that, but yeah, he did fix it at night. So.
But so, and this, like you said earlier, not shitting on Ian anymore, but maybe complimenting somebody else. I think Dwayne Walker got robbed. I think Dwayne Walker had second place with a bow on it. To be perfectly honest, I think Joe might have pushed Ian into fourth. I mean,
yeah. I saw the same thing. You said it perfectly, man. I really don't know what to add. I mean, Dwayne was just crispy. Yeah, I mean that was probably the prettiest.
If he could pull like a Jordan, flare his feet out just a little to get some of that quad sweep better. But then, where was it?
From the back, I think he might have won the back shot too. If you can see that. But yeah, man, I don't know why he didn't get the good look. I think it was the hype. The same thing, it was the hype that kind of kept him to the outside.
Joe Mackey looking gross.
He reminds me of Paul Dillette. The way the muscle kind of just lays like it's just kind of freaky, just kind of crazy big,
Yeah. Here's a good comparison of the back shots. I don't think, see that, and that's what I'm saying. Like, the one thing I do absolutely agree with is I think Hunter won it. Even from the back. I mean, if you look with legs closer together, because Hunter, and he's been catching shit this whole time about, well, his dad is Lee Labrada. I will say that probably helps Lee just in the posing, which is what he has said is the only thing Lee helps him with is his posing. And so he knows how to present his physique. Like, there's not a lot you can critique about what he's doing. I mean, he's got the glutes tied in. He's almost got like Ronnie Coleman glutes, in that a lot of people get shredded glutes because their glutes are kind of sunken in. He's got like a donk, and it's shredded like to the fucking bone. Like, it's ridiculous, his glutes. And
I think that's heavy squat, man. I used to think it was like stair climber, and of course it's being in shape too.
Yeah.
But I think to actually get those fibers, to help everything out, it's got to be because of the way he's
it's
training. You know what I mean?
Say it's because I think he mostly does hack. I'd honestly probably say it's mostly deads, but
yeah,
same kind of deal. Heavy, and
those compound movements. Yeah, you're probably right.
And his back is. I think he won. I think he won almost every shot. Not every shot, but almost every shot. I mean, his side shots left the door open a little bit, but from the back for him, I thought it was lights out. Like, I don't have any problem with that. But yeah, with that's, I don't know if it's political or what the deal is with that, but I guess
it seemed like the hype had the attention on them, and it's hard to kind of take your tunnel vision off of that when that's all you've been listening to. Like, it's going to be between those two. It's going to be between those two. But there had to be at least some second place vote for Dwayne Walker, somewhere. But that's what I assume. Who's to say, man?
And Joe Mackey not even getting fourth. I was like, that ain't right. And the guy that got the fourth, he looked good. That's this weird. I'm just gonna keep doing this. I'm embracing this technology. If you look at when they do the comparisons of the doubles, you let me know because you're a better poser than I am. He's especially on his rear. Why is he holding his arm so far out? He's not.
Maybe that's not the complete picture unless he stayed like that. Maybe that was taken like before he got into the shot. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like a transition shot. Or I think how some people kind of they do the pose and then they stretch out and then they do the pose again. Like you know what I mean? He's just like flexing his arms.
Yeah.
Like he did the back. Yeah, there you go. He did the back double. Then he put his arms out. Then he did the back double again. So you can see the muscles in his back move.
Yeah.
But look at his back, man. That was what RBG. I don't know.
The big general guy.
Nuts. Yeah. Oh no, I'm
That's
talking about the other guy on the far left.
yeah. What the fuck is
But
he?
he's crazy. I don't think he's even tagged on that one.
He should. Maybe he's in the one where it's like the.
But I think his name is Roger or Robert or something like that. But he just needs some more size because his torso is so long.
I think it's this guy. I don't know why he doesn't have any like.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. But he looked nuts too.
Yeah, he's tall. He's like 6'2".
Yeah, I'd like to see those guys compete again. I don't know when the next show's coming up around the corner. I know Savannah Pros is coming up soon. At the end of August. I think I might go see that in person if I'm off work.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I had his page up. I just look. I don't know where that guy is based out of. I know Walker is based out of Florida, apparently. So
okay.
So that's all right in his that was my big thing with all this going on. Like, I don't know why more of the US guys didn't go down there and compete. You don't gotta fly. I mean,
yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like some people were extra in shape because of what's been going on. So they might have been extra in shape because they were already in prep and they just kind of stayed on everything. And then I feel like some people were kind of like me. They might have thought that everything was going to be shut down until the end of August and stuff like that. So they might have started eating more, doing more, shutting it down or going into their off season. So now, they're looking at 16 weeks out and the show's 4 weeks away. So
I'm looking to see, because one thing that you specifically brought up Akeem a little while ago, a few minutes ago, and you already know Akeem's. I think he has it in him to be the second coming of Ronnie. For whatever reason, I have so much faith in Akeem. I love his physique. It's just difficult for him to figure out. Something that Hunter was talking about a lot, because he was obviously getting ready for New York, and then it got pushed. So he's been in prep since February. I'm wondering if that's the key with Akeem. Like, he needs to just do a slow burn, like 4 or 5 month prep of just slowly bringing it down. Not, 2 months.
I can see that.
Just
because of how thick his skin is, especially from the back. Like, I feel like from the front, you can still his quads. He's been getting that.
Yeah.
Ever since he started working with Oscar, and even his back has been better than it's ever been.
Yeah.
But he does the hardest shows, man. He'll come like third or fourth in the lineup because he'll be going against all the top Olympians.
Yeah. And just.
But yeah.
He's so, because I don't know, like for a bodybuilder like him, I don't even know what he accomplishes from an off season, like a bulking off season. I can see maybe being like a Roden or a fucking Kevin LeBron and just taking your foot off the gas, eating 3 times a day, and just lifting if you feel like it for a few months.
Dude, I could see him wearing a waist trainer a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wearing a waist trainer some in the off season, not necessarily wearing it tight, not necessarily doing anything crazy, but I know that can help him out a little bit too. He does look crazy because his lats are so wide, but if a guy like that could start to pull in a vacuum, or at least could control his transverse abdominis to where he could kind of keep it flat or pull it in a little bit tighter, that could improve his look.
That'd be nasty. That'd be real nasty. Because he's got every bit of size he needs. Like, he doesn't need to do nothing else. Like, he's totally good. Just from years of obviously watching his videos, being like, Jesus Christ, man, that's like 800 pounds. Perfect up and down squat reps. Just no break in form. Like, he didn't even care.
The original power builder, man.
Yeah. before Mike O'Hearn found a way to make money off it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I just love those. If you watch the old like 2010, the videos that him and De La Rosa and Juan used to do together, those guys were beasts, man. It was gross. I'm really interested to see what John De La Rosa is going to do. Again, why didn't he jump into this show? It's Tampa. It's right there. Like, I don't understand. And I know it's not for me to understand. They're pros. They know their shit, better than me. But if you have had access to a gym this whole time,
what place did De La Rosa come in last year in the Olympia?
Shit, I don't even remember where De La Rosa came in. I'd have to look.
Because I think it might have been 4th or 5th. Does he have to do another show anyway?
He wasn't 4th or 5th.
Oh, really? Okay. See, my memory sucks. I remember he did 2 shows like back to back, and he got like first in both of them. I do think he did that, and then I was just
De La Rosa got 12th.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah. And because I wondered.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna have to do another show.
Yeah, which was like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
but
this is in your backyard. It's right here in Florida.
He might be doing whatever. What's the Italian guy's name? He might be doing what he's doing. They've been training together with Flex. Not Italian, Brazilian guy.
Oh,
Rafael
talk about
Brandao.
Rafael Brandao.
Yeah.
What's he doing?
I don't know. I figured, they're training together. Maybe they're doing the same show. Oh, I think, doesn't he have? He might do Puerto Rico Pro because I think he has a show down there, or maybe it's in the Dominican Republic.
I know. I think Juan and
De La Rosa.
Not De La Rosa. 2007 Olympia, second place.
Oh, Victor Martinez.
Yeah, I know Juan.
I think I'm getting them mixed up. Am I?
Yeah, Juan and Victor. I think they do that show in the Dominican Republic, which was like.
I think that's what I think I'm getting those mixed up.
I remember when they did it, it was some controversy. Like, you guys gave a pro card for this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was the first year, I think,
Okay.
But it's okay, man, because these pro shows are still pretty.
That's one thing I'll say is these guys from this last weekend are lucky that Dexter wasn't a dick like he's been so many years and just be like, maybe I'll do Tampa.
Yeah, like he did last year.
Fucking. He probably.
I will say this: classic physique. The guy that got third, he won. He's already going to Olympia. He won a show last week or 2 weeks ago. So he did another one. Oh, he almost took somebody's candy again.
Well,
he came close.
That brings up another point I wanted to bring up when we were talking about in the 212 with Peterson, because people were asking him, he did Tampa to get the qualification, but being, a native son of New York and, he gets a lot of love in New York, they're like, are you going to do the New York Pro? Because that's, 5 weeks away? I think it got pushed to September, right?
Yeah, it's close, yeah.
So, because I think Evan's still planning to do the New York.
Wow, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, so he'll be doing it again, and he already won. The physique guy, Andre, he already won, and he'll be doing it again. Probably might take somebody's candy, but people just need points. Any other year it would kind of matter more, but this year I don't think it'll matter too much because points will carry a heavier weight since there's only so much time before the Olympia. So
yeah.
I guess if the Olympia is in December, you probably tallied up everything by November. It's August now. August, September, October. We got 3 months. So
and
whatever points you can get in 3 months.
That's where I'm coming from with this whole where the fuck was everybody. I'm not just trying to be a dick, but we don't know. We don't know if the Olympia is happening and all those other shows are kind of tentative. There's one that is happening for all the dudes that are based in Florida, which for some reason these days is a lot of people. Like, why the fuck did you not do this show? But
I think they just didn't want to come in out of shape, man. Because I know Patrick almost did it, but I'm glad he did it because he would have. Ooh, it's hard to say. You know what I mean? Because who knows how ready he was?
Yeah,
but he wasn't planning on doing it. So
I think Patrick shocked a lot of people with the physique he had because it was just such a breath of like, oh, okay, when he showed up. But in terms of consistency over time, I really don't think Patrick's going to do what a lot of people think he's going to do. His physique.
I think he will, man, but I think it's just going to take time because that hype got to him just like the hype got to Ian. Pressure counts, man. People can't handle it. And I say that, and I say it like that because I feel it. Like, I told you, like, I was cool, calm until, like, they called my name, and then it's like, oh, fuck. Then everything,
Yeah.
That comes off on stage, and I think that's the issue.
And it was big, especially with like a Walker, because I think it was at 2019 Olympia. Patrick came in 10th, and it seemed like that was great for his career because once it got out to the fans and everybody could see how good he looked, they're like, that's kind of horse shit. Like, why didn't he? Yeah, why did Rolly get a 5th?
He should have got. Yeah, he got kind of railroaded.
and he didn't get a look or anything like that. But that gave him.
And then we gotta blame it on Chris a little bit too. Not blame it on Chris, but I'm sure Patrick follows everything Chris says to a T. So I think when it comes to guys like that, when you're talking Chris Cito, it's because I respect him so much. It's like if somebody comes in off, then they're following what you did, and that's falls on you too as well.
Yeah.
A big portion of that, it's not necessarily Patrick's inconsistency as much as it is maybe Chris missed the mark one time. Maybe Chris didn't see
it could be
what was going on for that one show for the Arnold.
It's interesting because he's the technician and he gets this, but there's always, I don't know, like if Chris's guy does really well, Chris is amazing. If his guy doesn't do well, it's like, well, nobody's perfect. Maybe you just missed the mark a little bit. Who knows? I mean, I guess when you get to somebody like Aceto's pedigree, he's got so many clients that I guess you're going to expect, not everybody's Jay Cutler, not everybody's, Jose. And so who knows? I guess that absolutely could be, because that's what I wonder, like, is this going to be good for Dwayne Walker's? Like, is it almost sometimes better than
Yes. It's great for Dwayne Walker, man. It's amazing for him, dude. I'm sure his social media is probably blowing up now.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Did you see the short guy that won the NPC show?
The guy that
was like the shortest guy that ever.
Yeah.
He I think his account went from like 500 to 5,000 followers in like 24 hours. So that whole controversy over Dwayne Walker, I've seen like so many stories, and like pages repost like who's the better bodybuilder, who got robbed, or like, did anybody see this guy today, or what's going on here? Like from different pages, not myself or anything like that. I'll just
which
just
makes me feel
scrolling through stories, trying to get coverage because I didn't get the pay-per-view because I was stuck at work. And so that's where that's where I even saw the look anyway, because I saw that there was a stir about it. And then of course the video I showed you, and there were like 2 or 3 other videos. Old School Abs did a video on it.
Yeah, I saw that. That was kind of out of left field. You still there?
Somebody's trying to call. Yeah.
They don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, somebody was trying to call from Temple, Arizona or something. I don't know.
I get those calls too.
Telemarketer.
Yeah, pretty sure I don't know anybody in Temple, Arizona. But yeah.
Did you want to come talk to classic guys? I know you don't really watch those guys.
It's
the guy that won was DeAndre Campbell. He looked really crazy. I will say I didn't realize he was that short based off his IG pictures, but he looked really good. And the guy that got second, I don't know if you recognize him, but Divine was that dude that he got second twice, like back to back. One time was in New York, and he like stormed off the stage, or like he took his medal off before the picture, and he showed like an attitude, and it was like a whole thing because he had an interview on Dave after that and all that. And then the next week, he got second again to somebody. It might have been George,
Yeah. So we got Dion.
Oh, it was George, and then remember Regan came and did New York?
And fucking
Regan Grimes. And it didn't look good. He looked like trash. I think he beat him then too. So it made the loss, suck even worse after all that. So that's how I recognize him. But he looked good.
DeAndre, some good shots.
Yeah, his posing was super, super, super awkward, but his physique was awesome.
Let's see, go back.
His posing routine, his posing itself, the mandatories were on point.
Yeah, he just had you see that sometimes. Let's see where it is right here. That was DeAndre. This is Divine. This is the guy you were talking about. Wow, that's actually hard to call in terms of who I thought.
And I actually thought they both could have come in a tiny bit better.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I don't know.
That DeAndre's got an awkward midsection.
He's he's so short, Both of those guys are a little shorter.
Yeah.
On the shorter side.
Looks like the Divinely And I'm just coming off the dome here. Like his midsection is a lot better, but it looks like DeAndre's got some better legs. At least they're more chiseled.
Yeah, and that classic
I would say
pose looks
Devontae's
really
legs
good.
are, huh?
That classic pose looks really good. That vacuum pose he does.
Yeah. His legs look great. It's just DeAndre's are a little more diced.
Oh yeah, the hammies. I think that's what got him, man.
Like he's got his.
They both did the ab and thigh a little weird, you know.
Yeah, the Divinely's abs are better, but his legs aren't as diced up. I mean, I don't. That's weird.
I think he does his own prep too.
You know, you don't see that a lot. Yeah, I normally. I mean, I obviously follow Classic to a degree, but I don't know. I guess for this show, I was so excited about other divisions, I kind of didn't look at. Put me on the spot about it.
No, it's all good, man. I just got to show Classic some love. That's what I'm in. So,
no, totally. It's very. I think what I love about Classic, because obviously I did Classic that first show, which I guess we mutually made the decision that I wasn't going to do that again, just because I think I lost a lot to get down to that weight, but it's
time to start trucking back down, man. We're going back. We're good. We're headed back down, dude.
I can do it. It's 2 weeks in a row of consistent 2-pound losses. I mean, and not changed anything. So obviously something's doing okay. But yeah, I mean, I'm down to come down a little bit. Obviously, you're the coach.
You got to stay. I just want to stay tight, man.
No, so
whenever it's time to strike, I want your prep to be like easy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not easy. It's not going to be easy. If it's easy, then you're not going to be in shape. But you know what I mean?
Well, it's not going to be like, I mean, obviously, and I plan to do a video. I just haven't yet, where I upload the pictures and kind of talk about the process, because I know I talk about bodybuilding, and everybody's like, well, who the fuck are you? You're not a fucking bodybuilder. To come down from where I did, I wanted to do something, put my foot on the gas a little bit. It obviously probably would have been a better decision to not do that show and to just, get to a weight and maintain it for a while and then try to go to a prep. But to go from 305 pounds to, by the time I got to the hotel, I was 214, just skin and bone.
It's nuts. Yeah.
In 9 months, that was a lot of Stairmaster.
Yeah, so the rebound following that, yeah, you probably put some, at least, I'm sure we got plenty of tissue on you. I hope, I guarantee we're going to be I want to be 230. For a good 230, I'll be ecstatic.
I would say, I know for a fact that I've put on, because obviously I believe I needed the meat mostly in my back and my arms. I know that my back has gotten bigger, and it's tough to say with my arms. I thought my arms were okay, but a lot of times when my body fat comes down, I feel like I lose my arms a little bit. But I mean, I know I've worked on them. I mean, I'm not slacking.
Feeder workouts, man. Might as well.
That's what I know. Tonight, because I'm on night shift, I'll be doing back, and I usually will throw like a little bit of biceps in there, and just to give them a little something. Because I don't know. There's so many different training principles where obviously I've been doing this for about 10 years now, lifting weights. And so I used to think that I responded best to a Dorian, 4 times a week, hit it and get out. But I feel like I understand now I need a little volume. I need some frequency. I need to keep hitting things because I recover quickly enough that there's no reason to not hit it again.
Right. Exactly, man. That's what the old school guys did, man. There was no overtraining or anything like that. And whenever we're talking Dorian and Ronnie and Flex Wheeler, it's like, never do anything those motherfuckers are doing, man. if you say, oh yeah, well Dorian did, oh sorry, can't let I just go ahead and flatline that. I can't do anything like that.
Let me just.
It's like, oh yeah, well I saw Big Ramby was doing this machine.
Yeah.
Oh, great. He's a rhinoceros. I'm actually a human man.
Ronnie put masterpiece all over his chicken, and he ate a big ass plate of fries.
Yeah, I can't do what he does and get the same results. So that's I don't. But I will say that. So, but there's on the opposite end of the spectrum, you have Jay, right? and Jay didn't do. Jay was volume man.
Yeah, no,
So,
sets of 10, sets of 20. He did. It's funny you should mention Jay, because one of the
and
reasons
FST 7, Honey Rambod, you're doing 7 sets of 7. I mean, it's kind of what who else does that? Patrick Tour talks about, instead of doing one set of 12, doing basically 2 sets of 6.
He adds, because I was watching his
3
stuff
sets of 4.
And I guess like everybody else in the bodybuilding world, his stuff with Fuad, I was just in awe of, like, wow, this is pretty interesting to hear, because he talks about workout density, not really adding like more volume or more this or more that. But I started doing what he's talking about, like on the big power movements, because I still mid bodybuilding, but I still schedule my workouts kind of like when I was doing strongman, where I have my power movement for the day, and then I do my other stuff, which is usually for chest, it's always going to be incline bench. For legs, it's going to be some type of press. Back's going to be deadlift, so on and so forth. And just do the clusters I've started to do, which I'm like, actually, that's really fucking brutal. Like, do, instead of like trying to get 20 reps because the thing that Patrick Tour talks about with cluster sets,
you can go heavier with the clusters.
Yeah,
it's like rest. It's like a rest pause. So I've been calling them rest pauses, which is what they are. You know, it's rest pauses. You know, which is how I've been kind of lifting, because it's so nice to do without a partner, and I've been getting stronger. So my legs have been getting stronger. My chest is, getting a little bit stronger. My back is, depending on what day it is, I feel like I can just, lift the floor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If there's something tied to it, so I put some grips on. So, everything. It feels good.
Yeah. So that whole concept of using a working weight, and I guess, doing rest pause, he calls them clusters, whatever. I was like, well, that's pretty cool. And I've been trying that out, and just, I don't know, these days I really go by feel a lot of times. And, some people go by the RPE format of just, that's what I don't like about the whole, and I hate to even attack giants, because they're, who the fuck am I? What do I know? Yada, yada, yada. But like the Jordan Peters and everybody who's like, it's logbook. Everything's got to be logbook. If you're not logbooking, it doesn't matter. It's like, there's going to be days. Again, I have a full-time job. I work shift work. There's sometimes I have to go to the gym, and I'm.
Yeah, if my full-time job was lifting, then I could consider it. But that's crazy. If I have a decent memory, if you're going to the same gym and if you're using the same plates, you can remember that. Hey, I used 145 on each side of this when I did these barbell curls.
Right.
And so next, I could do that for a week straight and not write it down to remember the next week. Oh yeah, I went up. I'm going heavier than I did last week. It's okay. It doesn't matter. I don't have to prove it to anybody. What if I go lighter and it feels heavy? Then boom, it's okay. My arms are getting bigger. That's all we want.
That's what I was getting at. It's like, you know what, man? I'm doing a 24-hour turnaround to go from night shift to day shift. I know I got in here and get it done. Last week I hit 315 for 5. I'm not hitting 320 for 5 today. I'm probably not going to hit 315 for 6. Like, exactly. It's not in me. And like, I learned this part of what got me so hurt when I was doing strongman is because I was logbooking. I was trying to keep pushing even when I was tired, and my back was finally just like later.
Yeah.
And especially, I mean, you know what it's like when you're in there and you're only awake by the power of chemicals, by the power of fucking caffeine and everything in a pre-workout. And it's like you try to press and your chest and your shoulders are just not in it. It's just all in your elbows.
You're awake and you're just watching it go up and down, going through the motions. But yeah, you can't. Yeah, exactly.
You can't even imagine what a pump would feel like. So I don't know. I hate to be that guy with the excuses, but I just, it's not worth it to me to put myself into poverty and put the pressure on my wife to support our household all on her own so I can, live my dream. I want to
chase bodybuilding.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, chase your dreams of being on stage and being the best one in tan.
Yeah, but so I am definitely, I'm ready to come down and see what I look like. I know we had planned to stay around the 240s, 250s, and then I jumped up to around 270 for a while, and now I feel like we've been in the 260s pretty good. And I like it.
I never wanted to push anything because I kind of wanted to let what happened just happen, instead of trying to push, instead of trying to force your body one way or the other, because I feel like that's when you start running into like resistance and plateaus. Like if you're hungry, then we got to feed you. We don't need to be, depleting right now.
Right.
But now we do, now is okay. We have to kind of override whatever you're feeling. But I wasn't, I'm not trying to, sometimes you got to know when to do that. Yeah. Sometimes we just got to listen to your body and do what the body wants, because it'll pay off in the end. The biggest thing, the big reason why is for 2018 USA's with me. My body wasn't ready to do a show. I did it anyway, and it wasn't good. I could tell, like, you could just feel it. You could feel it, you could see it, and you stop getting big responses from changes in the diet. Yeah. Whenever things are going like that, and you've been fighting it, if you tried 1 or 2 or 3 different things, you're not switching things, and nothing's happening, then okay, you got to cut off. That's when it's not all gas, no brakes. That's when it's okay. Time to hit the brakes. Yeah. And, just feed up for a while. That's the easy answer. But blood work and, maybe taking, you don't have to take something. You don't have to take a supplement, but maybe your adrenal, glands are fatigued. Maybe you just need to stop running, compounds for a while. Maybe you just need to chill, Could be you've been doing cardio too long. Could be you've been dieting or in a deficit too long, but yeah.
Yeah, and that's
I'm starting to ramble there, but yeah.
As I get into this sport, I learned certain things. Like with me, I remember when I was getting into strongman, and just no matter what, I had to get over 300. And I told myself it was leverages. I've got to get this. I've got to get that. And it is important to have body weight in strongman, but I went about it the incorrect way. I never want to give the impression that strongman got me hurt. Like if I had a better diet and been more regimented, I would have been better at strongman. Just like, being a better bodybuilder. So I was, a lot of beer, a lot of French fries, just fucking trying to get that weight up. So I've learned about my physique as I've entered a sport where my physique is important, that unfortunately I got to be on point. I don't have the kind of genetics where I can slip every now and then. Like, well, I had a pizza 3 times this week. Like when I put on my body fat in my gut and my love handles, that's where it goes. All of it. That's where, because even when, you remember when I was 300 plus, my legs, you could see separation in my quads. Like my legs just don't put on body fat. Like it doesn't seem to happen. And my triceps.
You got branch legs whenever you're shredded. You're gonna have full on, like, you're gonna have old man muscle legs. You realize that, right? Like you're gonna have grainy, like nasty looking legs. So I'm excited for that, probably the most. I realized that when I posted you up on the Instagram, I was like, oh man, look at his legs. So
I was kind of looking at him. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I was like, oh man.
I forgot, because even in the grainy pictures, like my legs separated. I was happy with that. Like I've always been pretty happy with that. It was just very, I guess people don't know. The main issue is because I came down, I don't know if it's because I came down so fast or because of how I put my weight on, that obviously there's a big film over my midsection, so there was no visible ab. My love handles were gone. And the body fat, for the most part, was gone. Like, my abs were there. It's just there's that little film that stuck on them. So we've been wanting to stay lean-ish for shit, man. It's going to be 2 years next month.
Nice.
Spring 2021, I am fucking ready. I want my foot on the gas. I want to do something, because I just feel like it can be disheartening when you do all the sacrificing and it feels like it's not coming to anything. Like we're not amping up for anything or something like that. So obviously I got my son coming here next month. It's less than 2 months now. Jesus. And then
holy moly.
Yeah, that'll be my fucking dog is flipping out. I don't know what her problem is. She got so much.
I got a Hannah appointment, so I'm probably about to dip out, sir.
Yeah, I guess we've been on for a solid hour. I think last time we did like an hour and a half. Nobody wants to watch that. But
we're not that exciting.
Yeah, man. This is now that we got fucking Zoom working, so I can share a screen and stuff. Maybe we can start looking slightly professional with this whole thing for all of my 20 subscribers.
Yeah, I'll try to get some better lighting going too, and look like I took a shower in my videos.
I fucking going bald, got my fucking nails shirt, and trust, I'm the scumbag here. You look like you lift.
Fair enough, man.
But all right, man. We'll try to do this, I guess, somewhat more frequently. Obviously, like I said, we got jobs and stuff. stuff comes up that we find interesting. I usually take little notes of shit we can discuss. I got more notes that we didn't hit today that we can definitely hit the next time. And
let's do it, man. I'm off Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I actually go back to work on Friday, but it's nights. So if you want, Friday we could do it like in the afternoon, or I could always wait if we're to do like an hour. I could always wake up just like you do. I could always wake up and do it a little bit before work. So, but yeah, I'll get with you. We'll figure it out.
All right,
man. Have a good one.
Later, man.